Breaking news. Here is the headlines. What NIA DSS DGs removed by Tinubu did to Nnamdi Kanu. What NIA DSS DGs removed by Tinubu did to Nnamdi Kanu. Lawyer reviews. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned and ensure you like, subscribe and share. Now the details. Aloy Ejimako, the lead counsel for Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, has named two former top security officials as being responsible for Kanus' extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria in June 2021. In a statement on Tuesday, Ejimako identified the recently replaced Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, Ahmed Rufai, and the former Director General of the Department of State Services, DSS, Yusuf Bichi, as the key figures behind Kanus' rendition. Kanu, who had left Nigeria after being granted bail by Justice Bintal Unyakur of an Abuja Federal High Court, fled the country in 2017 following an invasion of his residence in Afaraoku, Abia State, by the Nigerian Army. After a lengthy search, he was arrested in Kenya and forcibly returned to Nigeria. Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has since replaced Rufai and Bichi with Ambassador Mohammed and Adiola Ajayi. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, Ejimako wrote, "Did you know that Ahmed Rufai, who just resigned as DG, NIA, and Yusuf Bichi, who was recently replaced as DG DSS, were vicariously responsible for the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is next?" To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Now, before I go in contribution to the news I've read, if the previous DSS DG is involved in Nnamdi Kanu's extraordinary rendition back to Nigerian year, what has that helped them ever since he's been renditioned back to Nigeria? Is it not just to torment the man? It's someone that is trying to fight for his people's right. And when it is not, well, it is now has become, how do I put that? It has now become something, something, how do I didn't know. Okay. When someone is going against the law, when you're protesting, it has not become an offense. When you start protesting, when you start saying this is what you want and this is what the government should do, so it is an offense now when you demand from the government, which they actually see. If they actually see that you are the leader, then you are in trouble. So let's move down to the comment section. Let's see what people are saying here. The first comment I have here says, "It shall never be well with them." And the second comment I have here says, "Exaggeration, exaggeration, exaggeration." So when former President Goodluck Jonathan, PDP are no longer interested for Major Al-Mustafa Ranko, who stopped them from releasing them. Mr. Man, You are just an incompetent, unsound, amateur, half-baked lawyer, barrister and lead counsel, period. And the response to that says the hatred for Igbos will consume you all, as you cannot see what the federal government is doing to the Igbos. And another comment here says, we involve Hope Uzodinma in that award as a killer or as what? We don't expect this country to move forward when we still have grudges against one tribe. That's one of those things we are facing, and one of those things that is causing really much problems actually, when we do not like each other, when a situation whereby there is no unity in all tribes, then obviously there will definitely be a problem. You can't imagine when someone is saying someone is a fool, someone is this, someone is that. To my dear listeners, still at the comment section, another comment I have here says, go and get nice name before vomiting that guru in your mouth called cola. Another comment here says, nothing lasts forever except the word of God. A comment here says, Ejimako, you can point all your fingers to all the people across the planet Earth. Nnamdi Kanu committed offenses heavy and complicating, and he is held by the law by the land. You can cry blood. There is no going back with conviction. Had I known is the master of lateness. Ignorance is no excuse by law. Any action through is ignorance and criminalities. And the last comment here says, how well Kanu, who is held by the law of the land, is suffering from his complicated offenses and charges against Nigeria and humanity up there, and you are praying for who did not commit such related crime to suffer. How can God answer your prayers? God is wise and most learned. To my dear listeners,